From KGW, where the news comes first. This is a Northwest News Channel 8 at 6:30 special edition. America Strikes Back.
And when I said no negotiations, I meant no negotiations.
President Bush sternly rebuffs a request from Taliban leaders to stop airstrikes. Good evening, I'm Nancy Francis.
And I'm Carl Click. Thank you for joining us. Here are the latest developments as America strikes back. The U.S. air attack on Afghanistan goes into its second week. President Bush says no deal to the Taliban, which offered to consider releasing Osama bin Laden to a third country if the U.S. would stop the airstrikes. And Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat arrives in London for emergency talks with British Prime Minister Tony Blair.
3 more people in New York have tested positive for anthrax exposure. And as the number of cases continues to grow, so does the rhetoric in Washington. Bush administration officials say even without a link to September 11th, these anthrax cases are still considered terrorism. News Channel 8's Pat McReynolds has more.
It was a mixture of news out of New York on Sunday. The suspicious package sent to the New York Times tested negative for any trace of anthrax. But the letter sent to Tom Brokaw on September 18th, filled with a brown granular substance containing the anthrax disease, has caused the exposure of 3 more people.
When they were tested, minuscule spores or a spore was found in 2 cases in their nose and in 1 case on their face. They're being treated.
The new cases include the detective who took the envelope from the building and 2 lab technicians who tested it.
And as long as you give these individuals antibiotics to keep them from getting the disease, there is essentially 0 likelihood that they will develop disease in the future.
All preliminary tests of the employees at the Microsoft office in Carson City, Nevada have proven negative, and an employee who handled the package laced with anthrax is now trying to calm fears.
It's not airborne. It's not contagious. There's such a small amount that I'll probably be ill by a bite from a spider than from, from touching an envelope that had a small trace of anthrax on it.
But the recent outbreak of anthrax in the United States is prompting further precautions for sailors overseas. The crew aboard the USS Enterprise, active participants in the airstrikes on Afghanistan, are being warned about mail received from abroad, and the mailroom is instituting new screening procedures. The anthrax scare has also caused thousands of suspicious package calls to law enforcement authorities all over the country, 100 in New York City alone. But so far, all of those calls have proven to be false alarms. Pat McReynolds, KGW Northwest News Channel 8.
And an anthrax scare shut down the Bremerton, Washington ferry terminal today for several hours. It is back open now. Someone found a white substance on the floor of the women's bathroom. A test on that substance found no biological agent. Last night, a white substance found on a seat of a ferry from Seattle to Bainbridge Island stopped service. Authorities evacuated the ferry Wenatchee, and a hazardous materials team responded. Tests today came back negative on that, but the material is on its way to the State Department of Health lab for further tests. Service is back to normal. A world leader who fought for peace in the Middle East is coming to Portland tomorrow night. Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak will talk to a sold-out crowd at the at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. Barak is credited for putting the peace process back on track with Palestinians, but he was unsuccessful in reaching a peace deal, and last February, Barak was voted out of office. His lecture is the first in a series sponsored by the World Affairs Council of Oregon.
We never quite know what someone's going to speak about, but we anticipate he'll address the current situation with the insights that he gained from his time in office.
The group called the Coalition for Justice in Palestine is planning to protest Israel's treatment of Palestinians. Security for the event will be tight.
13,000 battleground students will be out of school for the next 2 days. About an hour ago, school bus drivers voted to go on strike. News Channel 8's John Flick is just outside Battleground, Washington with more. John?
Yeah, Nancy, Battleground bus drivers have voted to strike. More than 100 of them showed up at the Labor Center here for the vote. I'm told it was an overwhelming majority that voted to strike. Meanwhile, the Battleground School District will close school the next 2 days. Now, here's a look at some video we shot just a couple minutes ago. union members putting together those strike signs. Now, negotiations with Laidlaw Bus Company have broken down. The two sides are disputing wages and benefits. Laidlaw currently pays beginning bus drivers $8.24 an hour, on up to a little more than $13 for experienced drivers. The drivers obviously want more. Now, there are about 125 bus drivers going on strike. The Battleground School District is really caught in the middle of all this. There are more than 13,000 students in the district. More than 90% of them ride buses.
You know, and our drivers have a great feeling of love and responsibility for the children that they carry, and they believe they have a great responsibility to the parents and the community. But you know, they also have to pay the bills too. So the company's wage offer falls short of what the drivers' expectations were.
We will cancel school. We won't cancel it for long. Many parents have called and asked if we would cancel it for 1, possibly 2 days in order for them to come together and put together carpools to bring the children in.
Bottom line on this, Battleground bus drivers are now on strike, waiting for Laidlaw to respond. The district will close its 16 schools for the next 2 days while it works out transportation issues. Back here live, I did talk with a Laidlaw spokesperson late this afternoon. She tells me the company will look for replacements for those striking bus drivers, saying they need to get buses back on the road as soon as possible. Back to you.
Okay, John, thank you very much for that report. Boeing's Gresham plant held its Employee Appreciation Day today. The family picnic, games, and tours come just 2 days after almost 300 of the workers were given 60-day layoff notices. Managers say the event was planned months in advance of Boeing's announced cutbacks. The now Chicago-based company plans to cut 30,000 workers company-wide by the end of next year.
Gresham police need your help finding a man missing for 4 days now. 51-year-old Gregory Woods disappeared from the Rest Harbor Extended Care Facility early Thursday morning. He is a mentally ill patient who may have become disoriented and confused. He was last seen wearing pajamas and slippers. If you think you've seen him, you're asked to call Gresham Police at 503-823-3333. The families of 2 climbers who disappeared on Mount Adams will wait to scatter the men's ashes. Hikers found the bodies of Gary Clays and Matt Larson last week at the 9,100-foot level of Mount Adams. They had been frozen in ice since 1980. Their families wanted to fly over Mount Adams to scatter the men's ashes, but they're delaying the trip now because of bad weather. They say they will return next summer to scatter their ashes.
Oregon's first ever Miss America, Katie Harmon, will be back home next weekend. Next Sunday, she's going to make public appearances in Portland and Gresham. Her stops include a 2-hour brunch and a cruise on the Portland Spirit, also a banquet at the Convention Center. The cruise is going to cost $25. The dinner is $100. Harmon will also sign autographs at the downtown Nordstrom store between 2 and 3 o'clock, and also at her alma mater, that's Centennial High School out in Gresham. She'll be there between 3:30 and 4:30. A Saturday event in Seaside is sold out. Local kids are learning how to stay safe at OMSI this weekend. Kids and parents get to test their safety skills and learn about being safe around the house. The Safety Safari makes families go through a number of hands-on lessons. The kids get a chance to play doctor, see safety demonstrations from experts, and get a tour of an ambulance. And in the end, the kids get a little passport that includes a picture and fingerprints. That's for the parents, too.
Speaking of safety, do your kids spend time on the internet? If so, there are things you can do to make sure they're safe. We have some tips in tonight's Don't Be a Victim report.
Also hear why you can now use studded tires on the roads up in Washington.
And you may need those in the Cascades sometime during the coming week, but not tomorrow. It is going to be quite sunny. I'll tell you how warm in a few minutes. But first, let's take a look outside tonight from our Northwest Sky Cam. Clearing skies from atop the Pioneer Park building. And here's our weather almanac. As long as we're talking about studded tires, that leads us to our Northwest trivia question. Idaho and Montana are the first Northwest states to allow snow tires each year. But how early? Is it September 1st, September 15th, October 1st, or October 5th? I'll have the answer with a wet and snowy 5-day forecast for the mountains in just a few minutes.
Get the news you want when you want it. NWCN and News Channel 8, covering Portland and the entire Northwest. You can find NWCN Northwest Cable News 24 hours a day on Cable Channel 49 in most Portland areas.
I'm not talking to you.
Now families can enjoy the ultimate web experience and use the phone line at the same time.
Hold on a sec. Don't you get it?
I think she's in love.
Introducing Quest Connected Home. It's your home phone line with tons of great features, plus unlimited MSN broadband powered by Quest for just $72.90 a month. Now even get free activation, a $99 value. This is staying connected. This is riding the light. Quest.
In light of unprecedented action by General Motors, Buick announces 0.0% APR financing. Now through October 31st, get interest-free financing on all new Buicks. Every Century, LeSabre, Park Avenue, Regal, and the all-new Rendezvous. Pay no interest, 0% APR through October 31st. Keep America rolling. See your participating Northwest Buick dealer today.
The beautiful comforter is free.
When you buy this 11-piece queen bed package.
Only $1.99, and here's what you get.
Queen frame.
Queen box.
Queen mattress.
Queen mattress pad.
2 queen sheets.
2 queen pillows.
2 queen pillowcases.
All 11 pieces only $1.99.
Buy it today.
And we'll deliver it today.
Plus, we'll haul away
your old mattress. All this plus a free comforter, your choice of color and fabric. Now that's Tom Peterson.
And glorious too.
1 out of every 8 women will fight breast cancer in her lifetime. The key to surviving breast cancer is early detection. Perform a self-exam every month. Schedule regular clinical exams beginning at age 20. Get a mammogram every year if you're 50 and older. And talk with your doctor. Remember, early detection is still your best protection. Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon and News Channel 8 support Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
This month in the Portland area, police say 2 men were arrested after sexually assaulting teenage girls they contacted online. And tonight's Don't Be a Victim report, KGW's crime specialist, C.W. Jensen, talks about keeping your children safe while they surf the internet.
Like most parents, I bet you've talked to your kids about the dangers of strangers on the street. But in the age of the information superhighway, it's also important to talk to your kids about the dangers of strangers on the internet. A computer and an internet connection gives you access to a wealth of education and information. Kids like the web for homework or for chatting with friends. But not everyone on the net is nice. Here are some things to talk to your children about. First, remember that you're in charge. Set limits on your child's online computer use. That means time and content. It's best to put your computer in a room used by the whole family. Be honest about the bad things that can happen. Tell them that just like on the street, people online will lie to them. Tell them that criminals, even sexual predators, look for their victims online. I know it's tough talk, but kids need to know the truth. So, if they get messages from strangers, they need to let you know immediately. And they should never plan meeting with someone who they meet online without talking to you first. Your kids should never give out personal information, and don't allow them to have an online profile with facts such as their age, gender, or where they go to school. It's important to stop and visit with your children frequently when they're online. Check to see what they're doing. There are millions of people online every day, and trust me, some of them are crooks. Your child could be their next target. Make sure your kids are informed about the dangers on the internet and that you're involved in their online activities. So, be aware, be prepared, and don't be a victim. For KGW Northwest News Channel 8, I'm C.W. Jensen.
And Jensen recommends that you visit crime prevention sites with your kids. We have a link on our website, KGW.com, to a safety site especially designed for children. Carl?
Okay, Nance, thank you very much. Weather forecasts have the Washington Department of Transportation allowing studded snow tires early this year. Drivers can put their studs on starting Friday. That's more than 2 weeks ahead of the normal start date of November 1st. That's because of snow in the forecast in northeast Washington. Now in Oregon, we still have to wait until November 1st to use those studded tires. We've got a little bit of snow maybe in the mountains this week. Here's Bruce Sussman to talk weather.
Well, that's right. I think we will definitely see some snow this week. Today, though, what we saw was a cloudy morning and actually even a cloudy afternoon in our sky show here. But then suddenly things seemed to change and the clouds literally evaporated in the skies above us. High pressure was taking control and drier air moving in from east of the Cascades really cleared our skies out. As the sun was setting tonight, we had a beautiful picture from up at Timberline Lodge. Look at this. It's just a ribbon of clouds. Kind of goes in between the lodge, which is at the lower left-hand side of your screen, and the top of Mount Hood, which you can see just peeking out up above in the sunlight. What a beautiful shot. Well, outside tonight, a live look from our Northwest Skycam atop the Wells Fargo Center in downtown Portland. The Willamette River and clear skies, 55 degrees, our current temperature right now in downtown Portland. Our peak wind gust today, 24 miles an hour. And believe it or not, we had a little rain. Now, some of you waking up saying, you know, that guy Sussman on Channel 8, he forecasted rain yesterday. It just didn't happen. Well, actually, it did overnight. I'm so excited. No, I'm not that excited, really. But we had 3/100ths of an inch of rainfall in Portland. Just light rain. That's what we were expecting, and that's the way it turned out. Only a trace in Salem and about 1/10 of an inch or so along the Oregon coast. Our high temperatures today, well, still well below normal in Portland. 64 was the high today. 69 in Salem. There was more sunshine there, more of the day. That warmed things up. And east of the Cascades, we did have the Dalles hit 70. On our Pacific satellite, you can see a storm front right here. But you know what? This thing is lifting to our north. And the reason is that high pressure is building in over the northwest, and that will keep the rain away from us, at least for Monday. Here's First Alert Futurecast, which shows us where the rain will be and when. We start 5 o'clock on Sunday. You can see clear skies. Tomorrow morning, clear skies over Washington and Oregon. By tomorrow night, maybe a few clouds. But the big change is by Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., you can see some green here, and that is some rain developing in the Willamette Valley. So Monday dry, Tuesday we get wet again. Our forecast for the coast, mostly sunny tomorrow, maybe some patchy fog around in the morning. That's it. Other than that, just sunshine. For the Willamette Valley, sunny, cool morning, too. Temperatures in the 30s for the outlying areas tomorrow. Sunny for the gorge, windy on the west end, and that goes for this evening as well. High temperatures back into the 60s, although Salem at 70 and Corvallis 72 tomorrow. The Cascades, lots of sunshine on the way, and sunny skies as well. As far as your temperatures, around 60 at Government Camp. Central and eastern Oregon, mostly sunny skies for you. Your temperatures will be cool in the morning, but we got a lot of 70s on the board for tomorrow afternoon. In the Portland-Vancouver area, breezy tonight near the gorge, the same tomorrow. Otherwise, sunny skies, just a few spots with morning fog. 69 for a high temperature in Portland. And I love the 5-day forecast because after that, our temperatures drop and the raindrops will be coming down on us. We'll get some snow in the mountains as well. And that's kind of why we're talking about snow tires. Idaho and Montana are the first Northwest states to allow snow tires. The question is, how early? The choices on your screen there, our panel of experts, well studied in these snow tire dates.
Yeah. Studied is the right word. Carl cheated again.
You cheated on the internet again, Carl?
It's right here.
While I was doing the forecast?
We know the answer.
The answer is October 1st.
We should sponsor Northwest Trivia with Google's website. We can pretty much look up anything we want out here now.
And you take a cut, right?
Right.
Well, the Mariner game ended at what, like 3:30, and then tickets went on sale for the next game, and they're gone already. Here's Joe Becker with more.
That's right, Nancy. Big afternoon for the Mariners and their fans. First, the team wins, and the fans sometimes get lucky. That's right. We've got a happy story to tell about one Mariner fan coming up next.
For 90 years, we've kept Americans moving, and there's no reason to stop now. Chevrolet. Right now, get 0% financing on every new car we build. Malibu, Cavalier, Impala. The cars behind a nation that never slows down. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your local Chevy dealer today. We'll be there.
The Providence Center on Aging wants to help seniors prevent falls.
Falls are the 6th leading cause of death in older people.
Prevent injury by staying active to maintain strength and agility.
As we get older, we probably need to really increase our amount of exercise rather than decrease it.
And avoid trip or slip hazards. Preventing falls, it's an important part of healthy aging. For more information or to learn about the Providence Center on Aging, call 503-216-6595.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you bake this bread? Is this fresh baked? Do you have any idea where it came from? No. I didn't think so. Come on, let's go for a ride. So, what do you think? Don't you just love the smell of fresh baked cardboard? Subway bakes their bread fresh every day. Right, Nancy?
Right, Jim. Subway's got 4 new delicious Subway Selects like the Southwest Chicken with tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh baked gourmet bread, and all made fresh right in front of you.
Once you go fresh, you never go back.
Subway, eat fresh!
The programs funded by the Oregon Lottery reflect the things that are important to Oregonians, from fundamentals in K through 12 to advanced studies and technical training in our colleges. Oregonians know that education is an essential element of a strong economy and have directed lottery dollars to support our schools and create jobs. Lottery dollars go where they're needed when they're needed, helping to keep Oregon feeling like Oregon. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
This News Channel 8 segment is brought to you by MSN, everything you need to feel at home on the web.
I was home, homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping home.
With MSN, there's no better way to manage your finances, talk to your friends, enjoy your music, even shop right from your homepage.
Mariners in a must-win situation today, and they come through at Cleveland. They get some timely hitting, terrific pitching, and beat the Indians 6-2. The 5th and deciding game tomorrow in Seattle. It was a pitcher's duel in Cleveland. Freddie Garcia throwing for the Mariners. Second inning, Juan Gonzalez takes him deep. Gone for a solo homer and a 1-0 lead. It was the only run Freddie gave up all day. Mariners had a tough time with Bartolo Colon, but they got to him for 3 in the 7th. Ichiro Suzuki, 3 hits, and a clutch 2-out single to drive home the go-ahead run. They added another run in the 8th, and then it's Edgar who drills a 2-run homer in the 9th. Mariners win it. Final score is 6-2. Game 5 tomorrow at Safeco Field, as I mentioned. Checking the scoreboard, the Yankees beat the A's. That series now even at 2-2. And in the National League, St. Louis trailing Arizona 1-0 in the 5th. Seattle also had a big day on the football field up at Husky Stadium. The Seahawks running well. Sean Alexander with the handoff. He gets outside, 60-yard TD. Seahawks win at 34-21 over Denver. And the Hawks now 3-2 on the season. Green Bay and Baltimore. Brett Favre threw for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns. This one to Antonio Freeman. They beat the Super Bowl champs 31-23. And the Saints in Carolina. Final play. Saints down. Ricky Williams scores. Saints win at 27-25. Now let's run down all the scores in the NFL. As I mentioned, Seattle beat Denver today 34-21. They had 3 interceptions. San Francisco over Atlanta 37-31 in overtime. Corey Dillon ran for 140 yards. Cincinnati beat Cleveland. It was Tennessee over Tampa Bay in overtime. St. Louis won today 15-14 over the Giants. Pats rallied to beat San Diego in overtime. Miami lost to the Jets. Chicago won. Elsewhere, Green Bay a winner. So was Pittsburgh. Minnesota took Detroit. New Orleans over Carolina. Oakland, Indianapolis tonight. And Washington, Dallas tomorrow. Finally, as we mentioned, the Mariners take on Cleveland tomorrow at Safeco Field in Seattle. Now, tickets for Game 5 went on sale a half hour after the end of today's game. All the tickets were gone in less than an hour. They were selling locally at G.I. Joe's outlets, and one fan appeared to, at first, come up empty. The woman at the counter ran the fan's request a few times. They appeared gone. He asked her to check one more time. He wound up with a pair, and he was thrilled.
Oh, yeah, I am. Well, my buddy of mine called me right after the game. Gotta go get the tickets, gotta get the tickets. So then I ran over to Meyer and Frank, and then they didn't have a Ticketmaster there. So I was like, no! So then I ran over here.
Good for him. He's a winner. Let's hope the Mariners are tomorrow as well. Nancy, Carl, back to you.
Okay, good job, Joe. Thanks.
There's a lot of fun stuff going on in Seattle, including a week of concerts for music fans.
Yeah, that's another treat in Seattle this week. Up next, we'll go behind the scenes for the last-minute preparations for Groundwork 2001.
Thinking about painting your car? Stop thinking, do it. Maaco's still offering the Ambassador Paint Service for only $199, the best economy paint service in America. How do we do it? Maaco paints more cars than anyone, 12 million, still counting. And that's why we charge less than anyone. Our Ambassador Paint Service is only $199. Mako gives more value than anyone. What's value? Quality and price. For a great finish and a beautiful deal, call 1-888-MAKO-USA.
$20 a month buys this heavy-duty washer and dryer pair.
That's only $5.99. Plus you get free detergent for a year. And remember, we're Portland's laundry headquarters. Now that's Tom Peterson.
And glorious, too.
You know, if you're looking for something to wear when you're headed out, come on in.
From leather coats to raincoats, Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Some people don't like the dentist. I can't imagine why. What they need is a whole new kind of dentist. Gen-Tech dentist.
You'll find general dentists with a passion for customer service and innovations like laser whitening and no needle, no drill fillings.
And at Gen-Tech dentist, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Or your first visit is free. Ever heard that from a dentist? No. Gen-Tech dentist. The next generation is here.
Leading the way, Ford's leading the way.
Your Ford store wants to drive America with absolutely no interest loans on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. For the first time ever, pay no interest for the life of your loan on Ford vehicles. That's interest-free financing on cars like Focus and Taurus, trucks like Ranger and F-Series, and no interest on Ford SUVs. Interest-free financing from your Northwest Ford store to help drive America.
All right, well, let's talk weather. One more look at the 5-day forecast. And boy, is it an interesting one because we've got sunshine and almost 70 tomorrow, and then 50s and 60s the rest of the week, down around 60 degrees with mountain snow and valley rain.
Okay, thanks, Bruce.
All right.
In Seattle, crews are putting the final touches on 6 stages, tweaking the lights and getting ready for a week-long concert series to fight world hunger. It's called Groundwork 2001, and it raises money for programs at the United Nations. The concerts begin later tonight at 6 different venues in the Emerald City. One of the people lining up the musical acts has some pretty good connections. She's Madonna's sister. Madonna's not coming, though. Featured artists who are include R.E.M., Dave